All right, John Stalen, thank you, my friend. Time now for this South Buffalo here on the People's Newscast. Tonight we're being joined by the Chief Administrative Officer of Diverse Erie, Gary Lee. Thanks for coming in, my friend.
Thank you for having me,
on a Friday night. We appreciate that.
Yes.
And, sir, it's certainly been a big week for you and some news that you'd like to share.
It's been an outstanding week. We just released our economic impact study, which shows that the $3.5 million that we received, the return has been $5.7 million for Erie County.
Wow. Now, what does that mean for our community here, Gary?
What that means, why don't we start with jobs first? I always get excited when we're talking about jobs. So we have been able to support and sustain 32 jobs in Erie County. In addition to that, every dollar that we have invested through Diverse Erie, the return has been $1.63. So that's a 63% return on our investment.
Let's get into that in a second here, but I just want to get into the nuts and bolts a little bit about the impact study. I mean, how helpful, how productive is Parker Strategy Group and how they've helped you along here? Parker
Strategy has done an outstanding job. They're a nationally consulting firm, so they know all the things that go into putting together a substantial economic impact study. So they have been great to work with, and they have taken their time. This was a 6-month project, so it wasn't like an overnight project.
Now, do these numbers here show that this investment for a commission like this is needed in a community like Erie?
It really does. It shows that if you invest with businesses, in this particular case, businesses of color, which will spend money and invest with other small businesses in the region, which will allow those businesses to grow, which will impact and allow the state to grow as well. So it shows that if you start to, it's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
If you start with small businesses, in this particular case, small businesses of color, it'll ripple and go up.
What does it mean for the businesses when you present them that check? And they're like, wow, this is really helping us out.
So what they understand, first of all, they understand that it is an investment. And they understand that when you invest, there has to be a return. And so they take it very seriously, the money they receive, investing it in their businesses. And they have to, of course, share with us what they would like to do with the money we're investing. And then we take a look and make sure that, of course, they're investing it properly and helping them to grow to the next level.
Now, Gary, there's certainly been some politics behind this. It's having to work with a county executive, having to work with a county council. What has that been like? How do you keep on going through the challenges of that?
When you're talking about something new, and Diverse Erie has been around only 3 short years, when you're talking about a new initiative, you're going to have bumps, and you're going to hit those bumps in the road. But one of the things that we've been able to do very well is remain focused. So we've been able to keep the noise out, and there's been a lot of noise sometimes.
And a lot of changing members, too, on the commission.
Absolutely, changing members. And I can honestly say, each time we get a new team of changing members, it's for the best. Because, and I'm not saying anything about the older members that may have gone and went on, but the new members bring a fresh perspective. And we always want that fresh perspective as we grow.
Let's look ahead to the future then, Gary. What comes next for Diverse Erie here?
Well, we're looking at really investing in home ownership. We're investing in education and apprenticeship. And of course, we're going to invest in healthcare initiatives. And these are going to be big investments where we look to leverage the money with some of the larger organizations in Erie County.
Exciting times ahead for you, sir.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you, Gary.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you coming in. We'll have more with Gary Lee on Erie News Now at 11 o'clock. We really appreciate it.